Look, after 2 rewarding and intense years, I took on a new professional opportunity that represents a step forward in my career. In mutual agreement with the club, both sides, we think that is the best moment to make this decision. And it was not an easy decision because, honestly, I feel really thankful to the club. I felt always really connected and supported. But I think it's the best moment for the club and for me to take this step forward in my career. No, not at all, because results are only one part of the equation. Of course, we are always here to reach the objectives and to win trophies, but has been significant steps forward in these 2 years. And I feel so proud of the job done, and I still think there is a lot of job to do here. So, yeah, results are only one part of the equation, but it doesn't represent the reason why I'm leaving the project right now. Now, of course, winning the cup and the league were, the highlights of my last 2 years here. But I want to also highlight the growth and the development of the players in the daily basis, in day-to-day. Significant improvements have been take place, and for me that's very important. Look, it will be unfair if I highlight single names, considering that I have a very talented team. Of course, a lot of young players with talent coming up and showing that they're ready for the highest level. Also, a lot of experienced players that took leadership to take this project to the next level. But I want to just highlight the team and the commitment of my players as a whole. I think there is a real potential in the academy. I think some important steps have been taking place in the last months. For me, for the future, it's very important to strengthen this connection between the first team and the academy, and have a clear pathway about how to identify, develop, and promote young talents to the first team. But I think the club is working in the right direction. Of course, the final of the cup was a really challenging game. Our Champions League game against Roma was really challenging as well. And this is what made so rich this experience for the players. So, yeah, I think every match has a special demands and unique tactical adjustments, They are all well prepared. Of course, they were always really well organized. They respect us a lot. To play against Servette is always a big game. So, yeah, this is what made Swiss Super League big, and this is the way it has to be improved in the future. Yeah. The improvement is great. You can see the efforts and investment in the club, from the club. Better facilities, better locker rooms, better gym, video analysis room. Still, a few improvements need to be taking place, like, for example, the quality of the surface of the main pitch, which is important if we want to be a dominant team, and we want our players to be precise. But I know the club is working in that direction, and in the future, Servette is going to have an elite infrastructure, to be at the highest level. Yeah, one thing that I would like to highlight is the respect of the fans for the women's game and for our players. The connection, you can feel the connection every game. I feel like we are like a family, always supporting the players in the good and the bads, in the ups and the downs. And we just need to work really hard to improve the standards and to provide the best football experience to our fans to feel proud about the project. But the connection was great, and everything we do in the club is for them. Yeah, I have that feeling. I think always winning trophies helps to make that connection, but also the identity. When you feel proud of your players, the way they play, the way they want to be dominant on the games, you made the fans to feel proud of the team. It's very important to win, but it's most important than winning is deserve it. And I think something that we can say with honesty is that we always deserve it in most of the games. Oh, look, firstly, the impact of the city, because it's a beautiful and a spectacular city. I enjoy every single corner of the city, in the old town or walking around the lake. Always the people and the fans were so warm and welcome with me and with my family. So yeah, the day a day, I remember, for example, last year when we had trainings in Carouge, taking my scooter and having my coffee early in the morning before the trainings in Carouge. Was a really nice place where you can check the media early in the morning. And yeah, these last 2 years were very special for me and for my family. So many corners, many corners. I like to have a ice cream looking to the Jet d'Eau, or having a nice walk close to in the old city, or the Parc des Bastions with my little daughters, just having good fun in the playgrounds. Yeah. Yeah, the connection with the club was very strong from the beginning. The first interview with Sandy Manley and Richard Fuse was like a very clear connection. I really expressed themselves my desire to link with the Servette project, because Servette project represented what I was looking for in that stage of my career. But also another side, also they felt and they saw my professionalism as a coach. I made a very detailed analysis about what's the project about in the next 2 years, and the connection was made very easily. They found what they were looking for, and I found what I was looking for too. Yeah, very easy and quickly, very friendly people around, very nice, always helping me with my bad French, so it was easy for me to integrate, yeah. Intermediate.
This is pretty good.
Yeah, for me, the experience is just, warm connection with the fans, because I had so many experiences where individually some fans came to me to speak and to express how proud they felt about the team and about the job we were doing, and even receiving some gifts and that thing. So that's what I keep, the connection with the people. Every experience is unique, and it will be unfair to compare, but I can say that this was my first professional experience as a head coach, leading my staff and leading a team that was designed to win. Was really, really exciting, really, really exciting to have that responsibility to make decisions and to shape the team in the way I was dreaming in the past, to shape the team. I can say that I feel proud of the job we did in the last 2 years, to be honest. Grow is not always linked with trophies. Even if we didn't win any trophy this year, we didn't stop growing. We didn't stop growing and improving. And the standards of the team are better today than when I arrived. Last year we won trophies, but in many games we were lucky also, and maybe we didn't deserve to win some games. I can say that this year we lost a few games that we didn't deserve to lose, and showing a strong identity and deserving it, really deserving it. But this game is about being clinical, precise in the final third, and to deserve it is not enough. To be better than the opponent is not enough to win a game. You need to be clinical, you need to be precise, and you need to be consistent defending your goal. And this is probably what we lack in some key moments in the season. In many games we had all the possession, we had all the chances, the opponent arrived one time and it's enough. But that's the game, that's the beauty of this game, and we need to accept it. And that's the frustration comes from that side, but that's the nature of the game. But it doesn't mean the project is going in the wrong direction. The project is going in the right direction. You can see a team with identity and that want to be dominant and that the people can feel proud of. Of course, some days you are more fluent and that some days you are less fluent and more or less precise. We are humans, we are not coaching robots. But at the end of the day, I think that everyone can feel proud of what we're doing on the pitch. there is always things to improve. First, I need to be self-critic with myself. I need to make now an analysis and say, okay, in what areas I could do a better job as a coach. Maybe in the methodology, maybe conceptual framework, maybe from the leadership point of view. I think improvement comes after, that reflection. And then, of course, understanding that, and we can speak honestly, we were eliminated from the cup and from the league. We were the best team on the pitch in the 2 games. As I said before, it's not enough. To be better than the opponent is not enough. You need to score goals. And this precision in the final third is what we missed. And this is my responsibility as a coach, to provide the right learning environment to take the players to the next level. Yeah, look, when you are dominating the games, you have the ball, you have also the chances, because to have the ball is not enough, but also you are better in expected goals. But you feel that the opponent needs very little to damage. That affects your confidence, of course. And of course, the team feels vulnerable in some way, because they're doing a lot to win a game, and they feel that it's not enough. And it didn't happen once or twice. It happened more than 2 games. So that can affect to the psychology of the team, yes, for sure. Okay, I will split my legacy and the legacy of my staff in three areas. A very clear and dominant game model with a very clear conceptual framework about the team we want to be. We always went to press the opponent. We always went to dominate the games. There is not a single game since I'm here that the Servette stepped back and didn't want to win or go forward. So this is the first area. The second is the methodology. Methodology focus on developing independent players, creative and autonomy players. I think it's methodology that also develop high levels of interdependency and coordination between players. And the last area is the leadership strategy, focus on clear channels of communication and honesty and trust in my players. 100%. There's no better place to be for a young coach or experienced coach that want to take their career to the next level, because this is a winning project and it will be again next year. Yeah, definitely consolidate the infrastructure. Facilities is very important when you want to bring top players. It's something that for them is very important. Infrastructure also in terms of human resources. I think the club did a great investment, and still little improvements are needed, and I think are going to take place in the future. Maintain this dominant mentality, winning mentality. Okay, never lose it, because I think it makes us different. This team was a winner team before I arrived. I think it was a winner team in these 2 years, even if we didn't win any trophy in the last season, and it will be a winner team next season. So to keep this mentality, it's very, very, very important. And then very important, invest in, if it's possible, in recruitment. Very important to be competitive in a market that is becoming more and more and more competitive from other clubs. Invest in the youth development will be also very important for the future, to develop the young talents from Geneva and not always have the need to go to the market. And yeah, basically these areas, but I know the club is working in this direction. A dominant team with and without the ball. And dominant team is a team that plays in the opposite half, with and without the ball, by pressing or by having possession and creating chances. So this is the identity of the team, a team that wants to be predictable for the teammates, but unpredictable for the opponent. And at the same time with principles that are consistent. You can see Servette playing and you quickly identify who is on the pitch. So yeah, I think that's basically the identity of the team. I started to coach in 2000, so 20 years ago. I'm not very old. So I was lucky to share with a lot of head coaches, really talented, and mentors that I could learn the leadership strategies. I could learn from the conceptual part of the framework of the work, the game, and also from the methodology point of view. I share, of course, with Pedro Martinez Losa in the women's game, which is one of the best coaches in the world. And also in the men's football at professional level with Stefan Keller, really talented coach. And I was so lucky to work beside him. And then in my time in the academy in Deportivo La Coruña, I was surrounded with so many talented young and experienced coaches. And it was the time of my career where I grew more. Thank you for your trust, the growth and the commitment you show every day. I love every single minute I spent with them on the pitch, in training and in the game. It was an unbelievable experience. The connection was really strong. They really follow me, and I really learned a lot from every single player I had in the squad. And for the fans, thank you for the constant support, the connection we were capable to build. Yes, and just calling to bring friends and family and support the team, because the future for Servette is bright, is brilliant, and they really need the support to keep the women's game growing.
Perfect. Well, thank you for the 2 seasons. Thank you for the trophies. And,
thank you.
Best wishes for the next step in your career.
Thank you so much. Thank you.